So for November, the high pull dip deadlift, we're just doing an inverted pull in the rings. So to make this easier, you raise the feet up on a box or something raised so you can kind of spot it, as opposed to doing a full body weight version of these, which is pretty heavy. So putting my feet up on the box, I'll just bring my hips up so I'm fairly inverted like that, and that way when I'm pulling, it's not a horizontal pull, it's not quite a high pull, but it's going to condition those tissues. Get ready for that. Then from there you can go to the full body weight. Just watch out you don't swing into the box if you step off it. It is pretty hard to get a full range of motion on that one. Quite challenging. Then we've got the ring dip. So you want to get a good turnout. So you set the box up at a height where you can, if you are using a box, where you can spot yourself, just for something different if you want, so you've got the box out already. I'm just doing a ring dip like that, turn out at the top. Otherwise you've got your band progressions and body weight progressions using the full body weight. It's good with the ring dip to go nice and deep so it crosses over into that muscle up, but always work the range that feels good for you. If you feel a bit vulnerable with that, just, you know, the kind of safe guide is not letting the shoulder go deeper than the elbow, but if you are training that really deep dip position to get that nice transition in the muscle up, then by all means go deeper. So I like going quite deep and then really trying to get up high on each rep. And that way I'll get a better transfer of that connective tissue strength and that full range of motion strength. For the deadlift, just the sumo style, you can use the band or a dumbbell or a barbell if you have one. So nice wide stance. You can do more of a high hip position. With the dumbbell it's better to hold it like that so you get more range. Or you can do the squat style like that. Usually people that have got a bit of a back issue with that bend style, they might want to go a bit heavier and use a bit more glute quad. So stay more like that. Otherwise, if you want a bit more hamstring, lower back, and hinge forward, more like that. Good idea is to keep those shoulder blades down the back and avoid chucking your head like I just did, but keeping it a bit more neutral. You can look up with your eyes and then drive up, or if you wanted, you know, a heavier hamstring workout altogether, just keep straight back, straight legs, and hinge like that, which is quite good, especially if your focus is a bit more on the mobility. Then for the reverse of that, it's not really a reverse, we're going to do tricep, bicep, but just using the rings. So if you're using one ring, it's quite nice on the tricep, and the pull for the bicep coming this way. Just got the underhand grip, and then coming up, coming just to the forehead, or you can even go behind. To make it harder, I just walk further forward. It's pretty heavy. Tricep one is very hard on the core. It's nice to hold it like that over the top. Hands get a bit compressed and rotate a bit if you go on the inside. You can use two, obviously, same with the bicep one. Just good in the class kind of environment. If I've got, you know, 5 sets of rings up, it works pretty well. That way I can get 10 people doing it at one time rather than having to have people stagger or wait. Works pretty well. And then from the deadlift with it, just doing a close stance, double leg, like that, as a finisher. Just to rest the arms a little bit and just matching the reps. And, you know, up to you what rep range you want to work, but it's nice, you know, in a class environment to get it done fairly quick. We've already stretched out the time, so we kind of try and get that extra bit of conditioning in like a 3-minute period. People want to leave because it's an hour class and keep it tighter, but you know, by all means it can take longer and push it heavier and do harder versions of it and get more of a conditioning response. But good workout. That one we usually just do the 3 sets, but you could do more if you felt like it. But you know, really that 3 to 5 set range is optimal. After 5, it's really kind of a waste of time. and in less than 3 you don't really get a chance to really warm up and get conditioned unless you really push it quite hard. But I find the risk to benefit ratio of doing a heavy set too soon doesn't make it worth it, whereas if I warmed up and I feel better and I've had an extra set to warm up, then I push it harder and there's less chance of tweaking something or impeding my improvement by rushing into heavier sets. So get into it. As always, post your videos, send them through to me. Those of you that have got the private Instagram accounts, great, keep on it guys. It really helps with your own development, and it helps me as a coach to be able to see that, and it inspires me to keep doing this. So see you soon.